You know what makes us really excited about this episode of Roadkill Garage? It's finally the Bang Shift Cougar versus the Disgustang!
Ford versus Mercury, baby! Let's go!
Dulcich, how many muscle cars do you have?
I don't know.
How many do you have that are broken and don't run?
Almost all of them.
Right. Yeah.
Well,
the
yeah.
satellite's like stranded in the shop, and now the Cougar has got a broken rear end. Why?
Birdsong.
What?
Birdsong.
Birdsong?
Yeah. He took it out for a drive and revved it to the moon and dropped the clutch, and boom, he blew the 8-inch rear end. But you know what? I really don't blame him that much because I realized in the brain of Dulcich that that thing was on a short season.
Yeah,
the
why?
8-inch wasn't going to be strong enough to
Oh, we
hold
knew
the
that.
power and the bang shifting of the Cougar. So I had already had on order at Curry a 9-inch housing and a custom-built rear end. And we will be installing it in this car along with some other goodies.
Man, this thing started 7 years ago, and who knew it would become the greatest Cougar ever?
I know.
It is the actual greatest Cougar.
I really like it when you say that because
true.
I'm well on the way to making it the greatest Cougar ever. And to me, it is. I fell in love with this thing the very first time we did that pilot episode of Roadkill Garage all those years ago. Anyway.
Wrenching?
You feel like getting to work?
No.
I know.
But I will.
Yeah.
Where's my space blanket? Okay, we want to put the stands on the frame in front of the springs, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna pull all the springs and everything out all at once? It depends if you want it disassembled or not. I mean, you can roll the whole thing around with the leaf springs and everything.
Well, maybe we'll do that.
You going for the skyjack?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What?
The pinion broke.
Yeah.
It's pouring fluid out. Okay, you want to set her down and I'll watch the jack stands?
Okay.
Good. Okay.
These are not stock shackles.
No. Do you have all the U-bolt hardware and everything that we need?
Yeah.
Okay.
That can't be getting better that way.
There we go. Stop. Wait.
Oh, just
There. Okay. Easy as that. Now all we have to do is take the bolts out of the front spring eyes. The whole shebang comes out of the Cougar. All right, Steve, your side. And clear. And out. Out. All right, Ford 8-inch, gone. Look at the pinion on that thing, snapped right in half.
A key modification that I've wanted to do on the Cougar forever is sort out the rear suspension because it had really bad axle tramp or wheel hop. The rear axle will bounce up and down or react violently when you launch it, and that breaks parts and it's just not good for any kind of launch. So what I'm going to do is replace the stock spring, which is a multi-leaf spring, with these. This is from Calvert Racing, and what it is a monoleaf setup. The front and rear segments bolt together and they control how the chassis is going to react as well as the ride height. Now, they're made to work in conjunction with this traction device. It's called a Caltrax bar, and guys go really quick in the quarter mile with that. It's primarily for drag racing, but it will control that wheel hop problem. The other problem with the stock Cougar suspension is the way this spring is mounted in the car. There's actually a rubber sandwich that goes between the rear end and the spring on both sides, and that's going to give you a ton of deflection, and I think that contributed to the wheel hop problem. So the first step here is going to be to mount the Caltrax bar onto the leaf spring, and it mounts to the front spring eye like so, and then you install the pivot pin. The Caltrax bar will pivot on the pivot pin. It's anchored solidly to the spring plate on the axle end, and over here you have another pin that, as it pivots, strikes the top of the spring. That's going to give you your traction control without binding up as you would have if it was solidly mounted on both ends. So it's very effective, it's proven, and it works. I'm going to hang it up front and then move on to the rear end.
Wow, this is like
The easiest.
pretty easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing that you should know when you're buying leaf springs. One of the specs that they go by is what's called segment length. A spring segment would be the distance from the center pin right here all the way to the bushing at the end. So there is a rear segment length and a front segment length. The reason I bring that up in this case is, did you know that while the Mercury Cougar is essentially the same car as a Ford Mustang, however, it does have a longer wheelbase. The Mustang was 108 inches and the Cougar is 111. That 3 extra inches of wheelbase was established by moving the rear axle rearward by making the front spring segment length longer. They just wanted the Cougar to like ride better, be a cushier, more luxury car than the Mustangs. That's one of the reasons why they added wheelbase and segment length. But that also means that leaf springs are different for Mustangs and Cougars. Fortunately, they had these in stock at Calvert Racing for this thing, but that's something you should know if you've got a Mustang or a Cougar.
Let me talk about the rear end. What I have here is a Ford 9-inch, and nothing here comes from the junkyard. Everything you see is brand new and heavy duty. So it's going to be bulletproof with the 5-speed transmission and the high horsepower Windsor engine. The housing's from Curry, as is the differential carrier. The differential carrier is heavy-duty nodular iron. It's filled out with the 389 gear set, an Eaton True Track differential, and it's set up for 31 spline axle shafts. I knew the 8-inch rear end that was in the car was going to break, so I've had this built to last. It's got Willwood disc brakes at each end, and I'm going to swing it into the car right now.
Dude, that is 9 inches of absolute beef.
Yeah, it's pretty good so far.
You're there. There you go.
Did you like the jack stand trick?
Yeah, it's really good.
Lower it.
Lower. There we go. It's on the pin. One thing I noticed on these spring plates that they sent us is that they've got 2 different shock mounting tabs on there. The high-performance Fords will sometimes have stagger shocks, one in the front and one in the back. And so this accommodates that. It's pretty good.
Okay, mine's on the pin now. Oh, wow. I like those big slotted mounting bolts.
Yeah, me too. Next step, jacking it up and installing the leaf spring onto the shackle. Keep going. Stop. Okay. Now, before we ramrod these down, do you want to like put weight on it and see where your ride height is?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be perfect.
That's mint.
Dude. In our first test fit of the wheel and tire, we learned a couple of things. First of all, it looks like the ride height is going to be correct. Second of all, his wheel lip has been cut in the past by someone else, and there's like a razor sharp edge that needs to come off. And the shackles are now swinging further rearward and are touching the rear valence panel. So a couple little things, but it's gonna be good.
Overall, exceeding every expectation. I have an aftermarket shackle here, and it's got 2 positions for mounting the back of the leaf spring. I went to the upper hole because I wanted to lower the car a little bit if possible, but now I've got a problem with the shackle swinging out a little bit and actually coming very close to hitting the valence. So I'm gonna cut it for a little more clearance, and then the problem will be solved.
Next up, we're gonna have to do brake hard lines. There's already a soft line from the caliper to a mount on the axle tube. We just have to hard line from the flex tube that drops down from the car out to both disc brakes. Tubing cutter, perfect.
Down,
Down,
up,
up.
oh, they clear by a mile.
Wow, pretty
How's
good.
it?
Great,
How's the ride height?
perfect. Everything on there is A+.
It's way better.
Way better. Now what, steering gearbox?
There's no oil in the rear end.
Oh, you're right, we didn't do that.
You might be wondering why I opened the hood. Now, the thing is, I've got some work to do down there, and I wasn't expecting to. It has to do with the steering system. Now, if you've been following the buildup of this car through previous episodes, it leaked every drop of power steering fluid out before we even returned. So, my solution is right here. The steering box is made by Borgeson. It's an integral power assist steering box. That means the assist is built into the box. You have a hose in for pressure, a hose out for return. It's way simpler, it's way more positive acting, and I have a lot of confidence that that is going to work for a really long time. There's a lot of stuff that has to come out of here. We might need to take this wheel off so I can swing a hammer.
How could that be?
I don't know, it's really stuck in there though.
Got it. Handled that for you, Dolchek.
Thanks, man.
The Ford is the most ridiculous power steering ram situation under here. Have you seen this? Looks like a joke of an old steampunk robot or something. It's just some janky stuff right there.
Yeah,
What are they thinking?
I don't know. Ugh, this is the part that was leaking. The hydraulic ram.
Okay, column is coming out. Okay, there we go. Done.
Nice.
Okay, steering box bolts.
You think it'll come out?
No,
No way.
no way.
I'm gonna think no, but I'm gonna hope yes.
Whoa, sweet. Wow, that's the easy part. The new one's bigger though.
Yeah. For the sake of comparison, this is the box that came out of the car. It's a regular manual steering box, because remember, the whole power steering system is divorced from the steering box. Now, this is the integral power steering Borgeson box. You can see it's bigger and bulkier. Hopefully, it's not going to give me an interference problem fitting with the headers in the car, but I'm just going to try slipping it in, and hopefully, it fits. Ah, I dropped it, and it dropped right in. That is going to be a fit. There you go. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Because of the different spacing on the steering box, the column that came out of the car is not going to work exactly the way it did before. The length has to be changed. Now, on a 68 and up car, the column shaft is collapsible, so you can just kind of push it in, and you might have to trim the housing a little bit. But on the 67, you have a solid shaft, so Borgeson provides this replacement solid shaft. This is going to go inside of there. That'll determine how much I have to cut off the end of the housing. So I'm going to take this apart, replace the shaft, and have this ready for installation.
Here comes a drive shaft that not even Dulcich bang shifting can break. Fortunately, Driveline Services in Fresno dials us in fast with this stuff. We really appreciate those guys. This has 1350 U-joints at both ends, and it's gonna be beef. Wow, I slid it in now, it won't come out. I need a hammer. There we go. And
How's the length?
perfect. This thing has a strange brand billet yoke on the rear end, and always really tight fitting to the U-joint, which is good for beef. Can be a little difficult to install. Hey, Steve?
Yeah.
Do you want to set me up to put fluid in this rear end?
Sure. Here's the place where I'm going to stray from the recommended installation procedure or instruction. Now, there's a difference between the way the OEM shaft was located in the column sleeve and the replacement shaft is located. On the stock one, we had a bearing with the snap ring top and bottom. That locates the shaft, and in the exact position, it can't vary from there. The replacement shaft is located with a bushing that's going to go into the column sleeve, and you set it so the proximity of the rag joint to this bushing is about 1/16 of an inch of clearance. That means you have to cut the column to precisely the right size to make that happen, and that's going to keep the shaft from moving around. I preferred the stock setup, and I'm going to cut grooves for snap rings in the replacement shaft so I can install it the same way the original one was, because I like it better that way. Good.
There. Got it. It fits like a glove.
Let's go for a ride.
Ready?
Yeah. It's spinning the tires right there.
The whole time.
That's all I got, Freiburger. I don't know what the Disgustang's like.
I think this is quicker.
You think so?
It's 1,000 pounds lighter. Drives good right here.
Yeah. I'm glad I went with the 389 gears. I had 355s in it before. The brakes, I think, work okay.
Oh, wow. Locks up the back a little bit before
Yeah.
the front.
I didn't put a prop valve in there.
I'm convinced it runs and drives good.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It runs a little hot. I'm at 200 degrees.
I know, I don't like that.
Those poles get a little scary. That's why I don't want to
Yeah,
stay
they
in
do. Well, it seems almost like a wholly functional vehicle.
Yeah,
It,
I know.
like doesn't have handles and stuff. It overheats, but sounds good. Runs hard. I think I'm jealous of your transmission.
It's kind of a hot rod.
Yeah,
And I got to do something about that radiator. It's too small.
yeah, it is.
But it is what it is for now. I'm just going to have a little fun with the car for a couple of days and then maybe order one after that.
It's gonna bite us the whole rest of the day as we do this shootout. You know that, right?
Probably.
Yeah. All right, let's try the Mustang. I haven't seen this thing in forever. The Disgustang. It's my 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Let's go over the quick history of this thing. First of all, Mike Finnegan and I on an episode of Roadkill went to Colorado Auto and Parts and dug this thing out of a junkyard where it had been sitting since the early 80s. And it's called the Disgustang because it had actual poop in it, like really bad. Now since then, a whole bunch of stuff has gone down. First of all, there was a roadkill where Finnegan and I came here to the Dulcich farm, tried to drive the thing up to Dirtfish Rally School. Rod knocked the engine right out here at the corner, swapped a different engine in it, road tripped it up there, and had a blast driving around Dirtfish, just making a mess of the car. Now after that, I fell in love with the thing, and so there was a complete makeover that went down. I got all of the rust fixed by my guys up at Hot Rod Ranch. Steve and I put whole new suspension on the thing. I put 370 gears in the back with a locker. Then it went out to my buddies at Define Concepts in Orange, California, and you would not believe how mint the interior is. And then it went to Lucky Costa, who put air conditioning in the thing. Then came that fateful moment. Finnegan and I got the car back, running and driving for the very first time, and took a short jaunt from El Segundo all the way to Hoonigan in Compton. And that's where they talked me into doing a whole bunch of donuts with this thing, and I rod knocked it and blew it up. And that was a miserable moment for me. But we came back. There's an episode of Engine Masters where we rebuilt this entire 410 cubic inch engine, changed the camshaft in it, and now it makes 517 horsepower and 522 pound-feet of torque. And today is the first time I've seen the car since then, and this is about to be my very first drive in the Disgustang. You ready to try this thing?
I'm super excited.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't been in this in ages, and not at all since it's been like so plush inside.
How come I'm a little, I don't know, jaded on it?
It's too nice for you, Burger.
That's probably it. That's why I am taking my shoes off. Meanwhile, you are tracking thorns in. You ready to turn on the air conditioning?
No.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Shut your door. There we go.
How do you recline the seat?
You don't.
They don't recline?
I have no idea. It's a brand new car to me. Remember, I've driven this thing like 8 blocks in my whole life. Since it was finished.
This thing makes a lot more horsepower than I do.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
Basically, I don't know, 517 with this intake manifold. How's that air conditioning doing for you?
Oh, it's blowing cold air at me, so I'd say good.
It's a little loud. It's got all sorts of dynamite all over it. It's still a little rumbly in here.
Yeah. Pulls pretty good.
Seems slow to me.
Yeah?
Yeah. The Cougar seems faster, but that's because the Cougar is more violent and because I was a passenger.
Yeah, I mean, that makes a difference. Maybe the Cougar is faster, or maybe it's slower. I don't know.
This car's a lot heavier. Oh, wow, it's got a bad vibration. That is horrible.
It's no bueno, that's for sure.
I've always had trouble with the pinion angle, and the problem is that the drive shaft runs uphill to the rear end in this car. I've got the TKO trans, you've got the TKX.
Yeah, how do you like your TKO?
Right now it feels pretty good. This thing works pretty good. I think it's all right. It has a vibration while decelerating, which is strange to me. We'll probably sort that out on the road, but the huge problem is that the Cougar overheats. I think we should fix that before we try and hit the highway.
Well, we're gonna have to.
Yeah, it's bad.
You guys might be puzzling over what exactly I'm doing here, so I'm gonna explain it very clearly. This thing that looks like a radiator will not cool my engine, so I want to put another one in. I can't order the correct radiator for a 67 Cougar with the small block Ford, so I'm gonna take another radiator that's lying around and I'm just gonna make it fit. Oh yeah. The only thing that's really still a mystery to me is whether or not the hood will close. I think it will. Hey, What's it hitting? Don't tell me it's the radiator. Ah, that radiator is way too tall. The hood doesn't shut, so I'll see if I can find a resolution. Otherwise, it's back to the drawing board. Okay, I don't think that's going anywhere. I think it just needs to be zip tied right here at the top. So that's the radiator to hood clearance problem solved. Now, we took the hood off. That's going to be good enough to let us hit the road for a road trip, and I think it's going to keep the engine cool and therefore safe. I don't want to damage this. I'm going to get the correct radiator ordered. That may take a while to get here, and then replace all of those zip ties and stuff like that with actual bolts. But for now, more than good enough. I'm pretty happy, and I think it's going to work great.
The cooling system is probably fixed. We're gonna find out the hard way by hitting the road. The shootout begins. The plan here is road trip and then racing.
Oh!
Yeah.
I can't wait.
It'll be like a MotorTrend shootout.
Yeah!
Yeah. I'll win the cup holder part of it. We know that.
Oh, man, you got me.
I know.
I know.
All right, I'm hopping in the Disgustang.
I'm out of here.
And we're off. One of the things that makes this Comparo actually interesting is that the underpinnings of both these cars is basically the same. They both have Windsor Fords, they both have stick shifts. Steve's Windsor is a 363 cubic inch 302 base, which means it has the low deck height, 8.2 inches. And mine is a 410 cubic inch motor, which is a stroker based on the 351, and the deck height's much higher, it's 9.5 inches. So my engine doesn't fit in the engine compartment as well as his does. This car is very unusual for me. I've never had an old car with creature comforts. I clearly have the luxury part of this program, and he's got the suffering part. Right now, Dulcich you can't even hear in his car. I'll assume the Cougar isn't overheating because he's still driving it.
So far, the car seems to be running great. The water temperature is below 150 degrees. That's ice cubes. I think we're going to be A-okay.
Temperature on the Disgustang, right at 180. We're in the twisty section of road. I set up the Mustang as like a medium handling car, not full on, not rough ride, not autocross. Obviously it's on 15-inch tires and feels pretty good. You know, the carburetor on this thing just drives absolutely perfectly. It's a race brawler 750, and it just, the tip in, everything about it runs like fuel injection. It has a little bit of trouble sometimes on hot start, but aside from that, mint.
Oh, look, it's a national park.
I hear my power steering's starting to groan. That's not good. Fluid's getting hot. Might need a cooler. Wow, that's really bad.
I gotta say, the Borgeson power steering is just, it's way more direct and positive than the stock Mustang steering. I like that a lot.
weather's much nicer now. Car's running 173 degrees. Power steering's working pretty well. Now we're at Minter Field, north of Bakersfield, California, for the bloodthirsty Cougar versus Disgustang shootout. Do you want the history of this place?
Sure.
It's actually pretty cool. So this was a World War II training facility from roughly 42 to 48.
Okay, I knew that.
And what's cool is that Famoso, where the drag strip is, was an auxiliary airfield for here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
There were a whole bunch of fields all over the Central Valley and up and down California.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna do autocross, slalom, and burnout for distance if the cars last that long, and it's a distinct possibility that they won't.
No.
First up, autocross.
Freiberger chose to go first, and that's fine with me. He's going to do a total of 3 runs, and I'm going to time him on each one. He's not going to look at that time, and then I'm going to do my 3 runs, and then we'll compare numbers. So we'll see how this works out. I'm really hoping that he wipes out some cones because it's a 1-second penalty for every single cone he knocks down. As soon as he's ready, I'm going to hit start on the lead, and then I'll hit stop when he actually stops, and that's how I'll record the time.
All right, it's a tight course. We'll see what we can do.
He spun the tires a little bit. Oh.
There's that rear tire.
Actually, he's doing pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty quick. He's shifting gears. He's not revving that high. Squealing tires. This is the stop box. Oh, that thing stopped on a dime.
Can I do better?
29.76 seconds, so that was pretty quick. Freiberger did really good.
Yeah, that tire back there is rubbing.
He really hasn't driven this car in a handling kind of environment, so I would say that was pretty good. That was an aggressive start. It's a really short. Oh. He got pretty loose.
That wasn't good.
Oh man, that's gonna be hard to beat. He's going around the big sweeper. Now it's just all acceleration. 29.74.
I'm surprised the carburetor doesn't fail on the corners, but it does fail coming to a stop.
Okay, this is going to be the 3rd and final round. So far, he's run almost exactly the same time on both runs. We'll see what he does this time. I think he found a better line. Oh, I saw Cone's line.
I think I hit a cone.
Going up high around the sweeper.
Shattering the tire.
This has the potential to be a faster wreck.
Second gear that time.
28.76. That's almost a full second improvement. That's pretty good.
Okay, he's not gonna tell me my time. Instead, we're gonna find out at the end. Wow, temperature's still good.
That was 3. That went by pretty quickly. Your first and second were almost identical.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the second one was probably a mess.
And the third was the fastest, but you hit those cones. So.
Really? How many did I hit?
You know where the double cones are? You knocked both of them down. So
okay, that's 2 seconds, so that's a fail.
Other than that That was pretty impressive, Freiberger.
Thanks.
Yeah, nice driving. Here.
Appreciate that. All right, your turn. These cars have very similar suspension. Steve has coilovers in the front, I don't. The tires are identical. His car is way lighter. I guess we're gonna see what happens. Oh, that's not gonna be good. His carburetor does not work good at low RPM. Oh! Yeah. I can already tell you how this is gonna end. Here it comes. Okay, that was 30.08. So one thing they say here is slow is fast, and I was obviously like throwing the car around and being kind of violent. I think what's gonna hurt him on that is the thing bogging and chugging. See, he might be faster because he's not pushing it so hard, but then that is gonna kill him. Ah. Okay, technically that's not stop box. And he hit 2 cones. That's actually an incomplete, but if you count right when he came to a stop, that was a 29.26. Wiping out his eyes, he's sweating, he's nervous, he's got the Ray-Bans, and he's good to go. See, he's not kicking it like I was, which might be smart. This might be his quickest. Barely running, just like mine. That was 29.75 and no cones. The question is, was Steve quicker or was I quicker? We're gonna compare notes right now. All right, pull up my best, and we will flash them to each other at the same time. No way! No way! I beat him by 1/100th of a second, 29.75 to 29.74.
Were you slow on the trigger? 1/100th of a second.
That's hilarious.
That's within the margin of error.
They're
That's
exactly the
1/100th of
same.
a second. Yeah, that's super, super close. That's like a human hair apart.
It's like identical.
Yeah.
Next up, slalom. This isn't all MotorTrendy and official because I don't know if we have the right number of cones or the right distance or whatever. All we're here to do is prove that these cars are virtually identical. Now, we're not allowed to spin the tires on this actual runway that we're on. And so what we have devised here, as I reset my stopwatch, is a rolling start down there, and he's gonna pass the first cone and dive into the second cone, which is where I start the timer, and the finish line is right there. Here we go. Here I was just keeping it steady speed. 681. 681. I don't know if I'm topping that. That was really good.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was smooth, steady speed.
The Cougar's better than I am. It really holds the course.
Really?
Yeah.
So these tires are gonna be great on mine too?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good. All right, my turn, Disgustang. Everyone thinks I'm gonna blow this motor up again. Hopefully not.
$7.72. That was pretty quick. We're gonna compare times as soon as he pulls up.
How was that for some barefoot action? Here we go.
And
772?
Yeah, 681. Man, I smoked you.
You were way better.
Yeah.
Way. Yeah, you burned me on that. This is Burnouts for Distance. Dulcich calls it Burnouts for Distance Plus. He wants to see black tracks on the ground. He wants to see smoke pouring. And my rule is no brake drag. Now, we already know that his car has no traction. He's going to beat me at this, but I'm going to do my best.
Have fun. Burn some rubber, Freiburger.
This is first gear.
First?
First.
And then bang shift it.
Yeah, that just burns tires as far as you want to.
That was pretty good. I like that. It was a good shift, too. And now, I think there's nothing left to do but try to outdo him with the Cougario. A little bit of celebratory donut.
Had oil pressure the whole time.
Nice going, Freiburger.
Thanks.
That was nice.
Are you up?
Yeah, I'll go.
Here's the irony. Loud pipes save lives. I'm wearing earplugs. That thing is loud. Now, he's gonna cheat and do a brake drag, I know. But you know what? Dulcich is about to put on a show. And go. And he only went about as far as me, even cheating. To me, dragging brakes like that can look fun, but it doesn't show the actual power of the car. For me, the actual full throttle, burnout for distance, no brake drag is the key. And donuts are stupid but fun. Steve, ultimate answer, let's just look at the facts.
Okay.
I beat you in the autocross, it's actually a draw. You destroyed me in the slalom, and I beat you in the burnouts for distance because you cheated.
Here's my takeaway. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I came here with my Cougar, which actually I got from you.
Yep.
And had like one of the best few days with one of my bros.
It was pretty fun.
It was, man.
It was good.
Cars are really similar. They both have small block Fords, manual transmissions, 9-inch rear.
So technically, all of that stuff is the same, but they're philosophically very different.
Yeah.
This one is way more of a hot rod. It's louder, it's lighter, it's faster, it's more raw.
Yeah.
Mine will be a much better daily driver.
Well, that's what you
Yeah.
intended. Remember when you were first starting on this project, you
Yeah.
just wanted a car that was like a modern car within the cellophane wrapper of a vintage classic muscle car gold. You know?
And that's
it.
what it will be when I get it dialed in. You know what it comes down to, though? We both have a lot of blood in both of these cars.
Yeah.
We both love them for different reasons, and we had a great time.
Well, to me, it was one of the best episodes we've ever done as far
Really?
as fun factor, yeah.
Oh, man. And
For
we
sure.
finally got it done because we've been promising it for like a year. The Cougar versus Disgustang Showdown.
Bro shake.
Really? Look, I
Yeah.
can do it without looking.
Me too.
No.
You missed. Practice makes perfect.